I just got to stick with the needle. Little bugger. Just stick to me. Woo! In my foot! I got stuck with the needle in my foot. Needle in my fingers, needle in my foot. Like what's happening? My foot. My poor foot. I'm actually laughing because I've never been stuck with a needle or a pin in my foot, and I've never had a needle in my finger until I actually started working for corporate, and then I got a needle just ran straight through my finger and damaged my index finger. Never had that before, and never had a needle in my foot or a pin in my foot, and now here we are, a whole pin in my foot. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your girl Jewel. I run a sewing and alterations business called Jewellz Closette and a slow fashion brand called Chalks and Cheeks. Excuse how I'm looking. This is how we look when we're creating art, okay? Okay, so what we're doing today is we're going to be making a pantsuit. So I'm doing this for a wedding planner, and what she basically wants is to have something that looks business, but at the end of the day also looks chic and elegant, so that you know she can wear it. She looks like she blends in really well with the entire setting that is taking place, because of course a wedding is a very elegant, you know, occasion, and so she wants to look elegant, but at the same time still look like, hey, I'm working, we're working here. So we're going to try to combine business with elegance and chicness and see what happens. So I had a consultation with her recently, and we came up with something. You guys know I can't draw to save my life, so don't come for me. So this is basically what we're thinking about working with. So we're doing flare pants with front pockets. We're doing princess seam on the bodice part. We're doing an off shoulder with short sleeves, and also too we're going to be doing invisible zip to the back. We're not doing invisible zip on the sides, we're just doing it to the back. And of course we're going to be flaring the pants at the hips to give it that elegant look and feel. And that's basically what we're working with. This is the fabric, so of course we're going to be doing a toile. So I think I'm going to be adapting, well, not think, I know I'm going to be adapting the pattern to fit her pattern. I think I may have to make over a pants pattern, like actually draft an original pants pattern if I can't find my pants pattern. But I'm going to be adapting the bodice and seeing how that works. Also too, I went into the fabric district and we got toile fabric. So this is poly cotton. I got it 5 yards in navy and 5 yards in this bright yellow, because why not mix and match when you are making a prototype. So we're going to be using that. I got a 22-inch invisible zipper, I believe it is, so that would work. And this is actually the fabric that we're going to be using for the final product. It's called scuba. Very soft and stretchy material, but it flares really well as well. So we're going to be using that, and of course we're going to be lining the garment as well, so that it gives it structure and we don't have to worry about anything showing up on the inside. So these are the things that we're going to be working with, but this is just the fabric. We are going to put this to the side as we work on it. So let's get to working. Also too, this video is brought to you by my time tracking sheet. Basically with this sheet that I created, it's to compare your estimates with the actual time that you have taken to do any task in sewing. So basically I'm using that sheet to see how long it takes me to make this pantsuit. I'm using the sheet to see how long it takes me to make any other thing that I'm making currently, and also I'm using it to see how long it takes me to do specific tasks when I'm doing alterations. So it has come in really, really handy. Green, and also linked in the description below if you want to check it out as well. So it's 9:50. I'm about to start working. We're gonna type that down into the time tracker sheet and get started. Okay, so it's 10:48. And all we have done is front and the back of the basic block. Not even design anything. We're currently trying to work on the pants. I don't know, I'm just not feeling it at this point. And I'm still watching Devil Wears Prada. So yeah, but I'm gonna be taking a break. But it has taken me an hour just to do this. And I think it's because I'm watching TV, but still, that's crazy. So let's take a break and we'll be dialing back a little later on. It's currently 11:42. Time check 11:42, which means I have been drafting this pattern for about almost 2 hours already. And we had an hour inside. So basically I spent about 3 hours so far drafting this pattern. We started at 9:50 this morning and we did the pants pattern. So I was able to do the pants and I did the pocket bags and the back of the pants, and then I readjusted the darts on this bodice. This is a whole trial and error thing because I don't really know how it's gonna look. So tomorrow when my client comes to actually fit, we're gonna see which issues we need to rectify. Hopefully it's not a lot. I also did a sort of makeshift princess seam. Don't come for me. I'm just not in the mood to draft the whole bodice pattern over and get the side dart and the shoulder dart. I'm not in the mood. So I usually just do a makeshift something and see how it works, and according to how it works we go with that, and then we kind of sort of just move around the dart to make sure that it is in line with the the nipple area and everything. So we're gonna see that works tomorrow when it is she tries on. But this is as far as I reach with drafting the pattern. I have everything so far except for the off shoulder. So we're doing an off shoulder moment like this. We're doing something like that, and I know we want to flare at the hips, but the thing about it is that the pattern is so big already, it's so wide at the pants legs that I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna see how she feels about it, and if she wants an extra flare, then I'm gonna add it in, but I'm not gonna do it before. So I wanted to do a flush front on the pants as well too. I don't know if I'll be able to get that done. We could try. I am still guessing, because if I do a flush front on the pants in the front, I can't do a flush back because we're putting an invisible zipper at the back, so we can't do that. So I'm just trying to figure that out at this point, but we'll see how it goes. So we have either a shoulder like this, she was saying something like this, or a shoulder like this, that we want to do an off shoulder moment. And of course we have to put in sleeves. I haven't drafted the sleeves as yet, but one thing at a time. It's already taken me 3 hours to do pattern drafting. I am appalled at myself. And then I literally was going through YouTube. My favorite designer to look at is Kim Dave, because she has the best patterns. Everything just makes so much sense when I'm looking at what she's talking about. So I have to do an off shoulder moment. So we have off shoulder like this. So I want to do off shoulder like this, try it like this. She has a pattern for that. I want to do off shoulder like this. She has a pattern for that. And then I also want to try this. She has a pattern for that. We have 6 years, 4 years, 7 years ago, whatever. And then scrolling down, I saw another off shoulder movement, but this time in a jumpsuit. She has a pattern for that. So we're gonna sit and have lunch, or some kind of lunch, something to eat. And I'm gonna watch the tutorials on these and see which one makes the most sense. And we're gonna see if we can get a pattern to do this. I'm pretty excited about it. No, because why did it take me 3 hours and 20 minutes, 4 hours and 20 minutes to draft this jumpsuit? We're doing an off the shoulder jumpsuit, and the brain calibration and everything that I needed to do to get this off the ground is insane. 4 hours and 20 minutes. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Thought process behind this. So we're doing an off the shoulder, but the off the shoulder is not actually off the shoulder. It's more to the end of the shoulder, like a boat neckline sort of thing that the client wants. So I still had to draft an entire sleeve. So I did a sleeve, and then also we are trying to figure out, I was trying to figure out, how to do the flap. So I actually looked at the videos where we could do the collar, or you do the off the shoulder moment or whatever. Did not follow any of those videos, literally wing it and went with my own thing. And so I created a front and back flap that I think I'm just gonna sew on after I make the garment and kind of sort of like face it sort of a way. We'll see how that works. And then also too, I sort of made the princess seam you know, happening here. So I'm excited to see how this looks, but right now we're gonna take another break. I honestly hate pattern drafting. I hate pattern drafting. I swear the minute I get the first employee, it's gonna be a pattern drafter because I am not playing with these damn patterns. Okay, the process has started. We are currently going to be cutting out the pieces for this jumpsuit. Finally, it's 7 something in the night and we are here, so let's get on with it.
In my veins, I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame, cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed, all the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say.
Okay, so now we're down to the last and final bits that I need to cut out. We have the sleeve to do, the what do you call this? The flap of the jumpsuit, of the pantsuit, and we also have the back piece to do. So this is actually the last pieces. So we cut out 2 groups already. This is the 3rd group. Good morning. It is literally next day. We've got our clothing, our pieces here that we're going to be putting together. Yeah, and we're just gonna sew. I have a few things to do today, but this is definitely number 1 on the list, so we're gonna get that done, and we're gonna see how the day goes. I have literally all the pieces here. I can't wait to start stitching them together, so come along, let's finally make this pantsuit mock-up. I don't know if you guys know, but for me to like honestly do any work when it comes to sewing, I need to at least sit down and watch a movie. So I'm seeing here that we have Freakier Friday, which I can't really remember what Freaky Friday was like. So I think I'm gonna have to watch Freaky Friday first and then come back here, unless Freakier Friday is like the 3rd installment and there's like Freaky Friday 2. But we're gonna see, right? So I think I'm gonna be watching the Freaky Friday series today as we sew this pantsuit. Okay, let's do an update as to where we are. It is currently 10:27. I started this project at 9:05. 10:27, so it's an hour and a half so far of doing this. We have a bodice like this. So the bodice is sort of already put together. It's just attached to the pants. We have the 2 pants legs. So we have that to do, and of course, well, I have the sleeves to create and everything, but we are making headway with an hour and a half, guys. I'm feeling so excited, and I'm currently watching Freaky Friday, and I'm thinking it's almost finished, so we're gonna watch Freaky Friday after. But I am so excited right now because this means that after spending about 8 hours drafting and cutting, I'm gonna spend about 2 hours just making the outfit, which is the prize.
I withdraw on the things I make, I turn flaws into flawless traits, I build tall, never capped in space, I won't stop till I hear him say.
Let's do an update on where we are at. First of all, I'm watching Freakier Friday. So far, it's been going really good. It's certainly freaky. So enjoying that and doing this. Here's where we're at. I realized that I needed to probably like measure the waistline on the bodice and on the pants. So one of the things that I recognize a lot when I'm making princess lines, like princess seam bodices, dresses, whatever it may be, the waistline is always way bigger than the original waistline, and so I have to measure to make sure that it lines back up, or start taking in seams, start taking in darts, or whatever it is that needs to get taken in order to let this fit properly. So that's what I just did. I fixed it basically, and so we got to take it in, and then we just add it to the pants. So now we have a full-on bodysuit so far. So it isn't looking like anything grand, but I'm very proud of where I'm at right now. Currently, it is 11:20. So 9:05 to 11:20, that's about, what, 2 hours and 20 minutes so far. So let's see how far we can get again. If it is, we can do until 12 o'clock and just finish this up. We'll see. But this is the update. Okay. All right. Update. It's 12:13. So, which means it's 30 minutes after my lunch, and I need to go eat because I'm feeling the effects. However, we joined the sleeves, and it's sort of like the sleeves is like a little bigger than the armhole, and I'm going to have to wait for the client to try it on so that, you know, I would know what to fix. But at this point, we just have to ease it in. So yeah, that's the first step. Next is this. This is the flap to the front. When I rest it down like that, now honestly, it doesn't look bad. I'm just thinking that I probably should make it bigger. Like the flap should be like bigger, because it's not doing what I thought it would have done. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm taking a break, and I'll come back because I feel like I need a break. Okay, we had some peanut punch for lunch, and I'm guessing it's not going to be enough, you know, sustenance for lunch, but we're going to just work with it. What I'm thinking now is that maybe this should be bigger. I'm thinking to cut like a new piece and put it on, but at the same time, I don't know, because it's not my outfit. So I have to wait for the client to tell me yes or no, they like this or they want it bigger. I'm pretty sure they're going to say they want it bigger, especially when it comes to the shoulders here. I'm thinking that it needs to at least come over the shoulder a good 5 inches more. You know, give it a more flappy, you know, look. More, flappy is not the word. More, when we find the word, we'll say it. But I'm thinking that. I'm also thinking that the idea that I had for this is not working out the way I thought it would have worked out, because I wanted to fall and drape properly over the bust line and over the shoulders and stuff. It's not doing that. It's pretty stiffish, sort of. So I don't know what to do. I'm very torn at this point. But everything else is done. It's just that piece. It does have something that always, you know, very annoyingly, you know, gets me. But I'm waiting for her to come and put it on to see if the sleeves are proper or if they need to widen a little bit. But other than that, everything else seems to be pretty good, except for this number here. So we're gonna wait a little bit and see what happens. Honestly, not excited at all. I feel I have to make it a little bigger, but hey, we spent about 8 hours just drafting and cutting, and then we spent about 4 hours making it. So yay us, 12 hours on one suit, and this is not even the actual thing. This is the mock-up. So what's gonna happen when we have to do the actual thing? But so far, I'm thinking to leave it like that and then just wait for her to come, and then we could determine whether or not we like it. because she could say she don't like it and we could have to like do it over, so that could happen as well too. So let's wait. Do we ever do? Okay, so we're finally at the part where we are going to be sewing this outfit. Finally, I'm excited about it. I have all the pieces cut out here, so we have the pocket piece, pocket bag, whatever. We have our sleeves. I got my back piece as well as my front piece. This is going to be something like a princess seam, sort of. And then we of course have the pants pieces. This entire garment is going to be lined. It's a pantsuit. If I didn't mention that before, it's pantsuit, and the entire garment is going to be lined. But we're not going to do like a traditional lining, because if I do have to take it in, I don't want to have to go through that hustle and bustle, and it's actually due like in the next few days. So we're gonna try to see how long it's gonna take us to finish this. Usually it will take me about 2 hours. When I did the mock-up for this pattern, it took me about an hour and a half. So getting this done, understanding what I'm doing, it's supposed to take me about 2 hours. Then the client is going to come a little later on this evening. We're going to try it on, and of course it's going to need adjustments. I'm going to have to take in something, so I'm looking forward to that. We're going to take it in and we're going to adjust accordingly. I have not cut out the sash, so every other piece has been cut out except for the sash. I have not cut out the sash yet because I want to do the whole garment, put it on the hanger, and then see how it's fitting, and then figure out how I'm going to do the sash. So I have not done the sash yet, but other than that, we're going to get into this and see where it goes. Hey guys, so pro tip, pro tip. If it is you think that your machine isn't sewing properly, so you have like adjust the tension, you have changed the length and everything, and it still isn't doing what it's supposed to do, maybe you need to change the needle. I'm not talking about like a brand new needle. I'm talking about like size up the needle or size down, depending. So basically, right, Currently sewing scuba fabric, which is a really, I don't, it's thick. It's like a medium weight fabric, and it's kind of thick, and it's nice to sew, right? It's soft to touch and everything. But what was happening was that it was kind of gathering here. So as you can see, I have some missing stitches. I do, but it was kind of gathering, and I was just like, okay, what's wrong? So I changed the tension here. So the tension is like literally a little bit before 3, and then I like changed the stitch length and everything, and it still was giving the trouble. What happens is that this material, it's too light to be sewn with a size 14 needle. So I had a size 14 stretch needle in the machine, and I think it's the wrong needle because I changed to a size 10 and we have no issue. So I'm gonna leave the tension the way it is. I'm gonna leave the length where it is, but also to my needle, I just changed the needle to a size 10 stretch needle, and now it's working perfectly fine. And I'm really hoping that I'm not talking and then it's going to give me hell and high waters. But I stitched an entire panel and no issues. So just a pro tip, if it is you change your tension and everything and it's still giving trouble, it could be your needle that needs to change, probably size up, size down. Or you could also to change your presser foot as well too, to like a Teflon foot or something. Sometimes that is also the issue. So, just a little tip. Okay, let's do an update. It's after 3 in the afternoon. We have made the pants part of this outfit, and we just stitched together the, what do you call that? The princess seam for the top, for the front blouse part. So we just stitched this. We're gonna join the front to the back and join it onto the pants. This is the update that I have on this pantsuit that we're making. Okay, so I didn't really film a lot of the making process like yesterday because I just wanted to sort of get it done, and the client was coming in the evening. So I wanted to just make sure that I had this at least ready to be tried on again, right? This is what we're working with. This is what we have. We have bodice is attached to pants. As you can see, we have the darts running through right here, and we also have the princess line or princess seam running up. We have sleeves, on both sides. And so the next thing that we need to do is install the zipper. Now, she tried it on and she wants it more snatched. This is a very stretchy material, so when I pulled the amount, as you can see, it's like marked there. This is how much snatch she wants it, basically, right? So I'm going to have to take a measurement of the waistline. So I'm going to have to take a measurement of the waistline here and see how much that is, and start taking in from the sides, and of course taking in from the back. And we have to put in a zipper, at least 2 inches in or something like that, or at least cut like an inch off and then put a zipper in 1 inch in, something like that, if that makes sense. And the next step is to put the she wants a band over the neckline like this. So basically what I'm gonna do is take this piece of fabric, what is actually remaining of this, and it's gonna go over like this. And that's the idea that we're working with. So that's the two things that we have to do, and I want to do it before she comes today, because hopefully we can do another trial this morning. We have like 30 minutes. We can do another trial, so we'll see. The issue with what happened is that this pants, I think the crotch line was too short. I think I cut it significantly too short, and so I had to call my uncle, who is a tailor, to help me figure out what to do with this. So we were able to lengthen the crotch line, and hopefully that is the issue. So because the crotch line was too short, it was sort of like gathering between her legs in a weird way. It was like pleating and stuff, which was just very annoying. So we fixed that, and hopefully it's fixed. He also told me that I needed to make sure that all my seams like matched up, which is like so basic. But usually when I'm sewing, and yes, you cut things, you cut the same size on both, like you cut the same size on both patterns and stuff. Somehow when I'm sewing, and I'm sewing from the crotch to come all the way down to the hemline, it goes off. And he's explaining to me that it stretches and stuff, and so what you need to do is actually sew from the crotch line to midpoint, and then start from the bottom here and come up. And so I did that. I did that on the entire pants, and everything is lining up. Look at that. Everything is lining up. I'm just so ecstatic. I'm so ecstatic. So I did that. So hopefully, because he's saying that gonna be another problem where if it's mismatched, of course it's gonna, be wonky on the body. So I learned something there that I should have known, but hey, we learn every single day. So the next thing is to just make sure we're probably gonna have to do some more taking in. I'm gonna have to take in some more here and the side here, but this is a lesson learned and a work in progress, and I can't wait to actually see, and it's just the first one. Although this outfit is very heavy because the skirt material, I think it's like a medium weight. I don't think it's light, but it's medium weight, and we lined it. The scuba weight already has some weight to it, right? And then we lined it. So it's a little bit heavy. And she also said too, it's a little heavy. It feels like something that you have to wear in an air-conditioned building, not ready for outside. So we're kind of learning when we're making the next pantsuit that we probably need to use a different kind of material, probably like a cotton or linen or cotton blend or linen blend, and we would be able to probably make this a little better when it comes to like probably being able to wear it outside of a building. So that's basically the update there. She just messaged me, she's getting ready, so I'm gonna install the zipper. You know me and installing zippers, so let's see if we can install the zipper correctly. But I'm gonna install the zipper and probably pin the band or sash onto this and see how it looks. So let's go. So it's at 37 and a half, and we have to get it down to at least 33 or 34. So we have to take out about 3.5 inches out of this. So first step is to take in the side seams on the side, and then to cut down the back. So I'm gonna do that. We are making speedy progress. I installed a zipper in one go, I want to hear yay in the comment section, okay? Because I installed a zipper on one go. Now, I'm going to be a little, This seam doesn't line up perfectly. It does not pick up on the camera, but it's just slightly off, which is bothering me. Just a little bit, just a tad little bit. It's bothering me. Because, I love how the seam that lines up, but it's not lining up to the perfect degree. I don't think it's visible though. Maybe it is. It's like literally 1/8, or I would say like 1/1. I don't know. It's off a little bit. Also too, I'm thinking when it is when she puts on the outfit and it pulls on her bum area here, it's gonna show up that which should not be there. So we're gonna have to fix that. But the zipper has been installed, and that's the first thing I wanted to do. The second thing I want to do is put in the sash. So I'm going to put in the sash and see how that goes. You know what pisses me off about this? So it is kind of off like really badly. Like, look at that. Yeah. You know what pisses me off is that I marked the zipper. I made sure and clipped the both ends. Like, I marked one side, clip where this is, and then I marked the other side. Well, I clipped the zipper on it, and then I lined it up, and it still gave trouble. That is pissing me off. I'm gonna have to probably go inside and see what is wrong. Go in. We're gonna take in the side seams here, which is also not lining up. I tried taking the side seams last night. It was not having it. It wasn't having it at all. I was like, what is happening? Am I too tired? I was doing this after 11, half 11 in the night. So it's like, you know what? Let's sleep. Let's sleep and wake up in the morning and try this again. So we're back at it. But I do want to get the side seams here because, when your side seams don't, the seams don't line up. You see when this don't line up, and this doesn't line up? Oh my God. Even your darts. You see my darts are lining up. Where's that? You can even see it on the camera, but my darts are lining up. You see when side seams and darts and things line up, it is just high quality work. This is giving, I walked into the store and I paid for this. I've seen persons who have bought garments and their side seams are literally way off. And I'm like, they sold it that way? So we're gonna fix this. This is pissing me off. But I think I'm gonna let her try it on first and see if it is I can fix it right now. But the next thing that we need to focus on is making a sash. Okay, update. My client just came and I did not record that actually. I may try to record the last fitting basically for you guys. But we cut out the sash. We have the sash already cut out here, and the issue now, so everything else has been good. Okay, the issue with it is that the crotch just seems to be worse now, even though I dropped it. So I am baffled as to why I dropped this crotch 2 inches lower and it's still not enough. So we're gonna have to go in and fix that, and of course taking some more on the sides and stuff like that. But other than that, it's been pretty good. It's just the crotch is the issue. So I don't know if I should drop it 2 more inches because it's really up under her now. So we're gonna work on that today, and that's gonna be the end. So she's gonna probably do another trial tomorrow morning, and then of course pick up on Friday. If it is we don't if everything is okay or whatever. But yeah, this week has been great. Hey guys, I did a stupid thing. Well, I don't know if it's a really, really stupid thing, but it was something that put me in a little financial deficit. Not really, but really. So what had happened was the pattern that I had drafted. Okay, this here was the original pants pattern, right? This was the front, and this was the back. Now, for some reason, when I cut all this pattern and I put it on her, the crotch line was just a little bit too short. So I actually extended the crotch line on the pants and everything, and yet still that didn't work. Didn't work at all. It actually got worse, which I didn't understand. My uncle was a tailor. He came to show me exactly what happened. So basically, the back of the pants, on the video, he was the back of the pants, it's not supposed to dip. It's supposed to be like higher than the front of the pants. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize that. He's like, so no matter what I do, it's not gonna fix. I said, okay. He said, you're gonna have to do it over, make a whole new pants and attach it back onto the bodice. You're gonna have to go and buy fabric. I was like, oh. He's like, yeah, you're gonna have to take a loss and do it over and do it properly, because now you gotta do it better. So I said, sure, say less. So here we are. So this is what the pant pattern looks like, right? And when I put it against the new pattern that I created, so I had to create a whole new pattern. He showed me how to go about creating a whole new pattern and actually doing it properly. So kudos to my uncle, and we'll see if this fits. I was able to make a pattern for myself, but I actually stitched it wrong, because who stitches the two front patterns together? Only Jewel. But in my defense, I woke up, I'm still sleepy, I'm hungry, and I need to get this done. It's currently 9 o'clock, and we have about 3 hours before she needs to test. So this has to cut out, stitch, and apply straight back onto the pantsuit before 12 o'clock. So are we gonna get it done? I don't know. Anyways, we're lining up the back pattern here, as you can see. Look at that. Look at all that space right there. That was supposed to be on the original pattern, so that the ease and like the crochet and everything, like it would make sense. So I realized that I was like, okay, this most likely would work. And we're gonna see. We're gonna be winging it, because we are not even going to be cutting into like markup fabric. Yeah, your girl literally went and bought new fabric, a yard and a half of lining and a yard and a half of this fabric, and now she's going to be doing this. Learn a lesson from me, guys. Just learn to do things a little bit more properly. I don't know what happened, but I think I'm healed, in terms of, I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm a failure, but I'm gonna say, hey, we all learn things new every day. Yesterday, my uncle came. He's been a tailor for like 40 years or something like that. And this is an inch tape, right? This is a measuring tape. I have it up to 120 inches. And he's like, he has never seen this in his life. He didn't even know 120 inches exists. And I don't know if more than this exists, but I usually buy 60, 90, and 120 just to be on the safe side. I don't know. Or just to be like, yeah, be on the safe side, because like if you're making like big gongs and stuff, you know. Anyways, so all that to say, let's get to work. Update. I did not film the cutting out process because we're in a time crunch. It's currently 9:50. This is due at 12 o'clock, so we have like 2 hours to actually sew this pants and attach it back on. I have to unpick the original pantsuit and everything, and then attach this back on. So we're gonna sew this first, and we're gonna unpick, and then we're gonna attach. Hopefully that's gonna take us 2 hours. Hopefully. Okay, I have all the pieces already cut out. We have the lining and the actual pants, and then also we designed new pockets, a different kind, because she said that she wanted not to have the pockets so close to the end, like she wanted a little something. So we have a little something. So we're gonna start sewing, and we're gonna see. Hopefully it's gonna take us an hour to probably do this, and then half an hour to unpick, and then next half an hour to probably like stitch this onto that, just to make sure that she can try it on and see if it's working, if it's fitting. Once that is finished, I'm gonna have to move on to doing something else. But once that is finished, then the next thing that we will have to do is like just stitch everything back up, hem, put in the flaps and everything, and it's gonna be due because it's due tomorrow. So let's go. This lighting though is like to die for. Oh my god. Anyways, hey guys. So we have an update. So it's 11:14. So I have 45 minutes to unpick the original jumpsuit, and then to attach this pants. This pants is completely sewn. Everything is sewn up, so we just have to attach this to the jumpsuit piece. I should have like unpicked that last night. I did not think about that. Now I'm regretting it. Anyways, probably going to take us about 15 minutes, so hopefully by 10:30 we would be able to start attaching this to that and seeing what we could do, because hey, she is coming at 12. Okay, so let's go. Okay, it's officially 12 o'clock. My client says that she's running a little late. She might come here like 12:15 or something like that, which is fine. We managed to attach. We did some alterations on the bodice piece because that was not working out the way it was supposed to work out. And we managed to attach the pants to the skirt. Now, you see that? That pisses me off. See that? That also pisses me off. So when she tries it on, I am going to just simply, when she tries it on, I'm going to make sure that it fits the way it's supposed to fit, and then I'm going to adjust this because that is driving me up a wall, especially this one, and this is actually to the front. So we need like some shifting to happen without it making a pucker or anything. All the other seams, they lined up, but no, this one said psych. Okay, and so that's what we have. And then, well, I'm not putting in the zipper. I took out the zipper, so I'm gonna wait for her to put it on, and then like pin and mark where it needs to be probably taken in again a little bit, and then I'm gonna attach the zipper. So we're coming up to the final finishes of this. It's probably gonna take a lot of time, so we're just gonna see how it goes. So this is basically what we're working with. Alright, nice, much better. Alright, turn. Nice. Looking. We are on the final stretch of making this outfit. Currently, I am hemming. I'm doing an invisible hem, invisible stitch on the hem of this pants. I'm going to be doing it on the sleeve and most likely on the sash as well too. The majority of this garment has been serged or zigzag stitched. It looks really good, really neat on the inside. The garment is actually much lighter as well too, which is great. Pants fits well. If it is, I have what do you call it? If I have like footage of her trying it on one last time, I would insert that at the end of this video. But if not, I will just insert the second to last I think fitting that we had, and you get to at least see what the fit looks like, I guess. But hopefully I get a final cut. So this is what I'm currently doing right now. I'm currently working on this, and then of course we did one already. This is finished. So this is what it looks like on the outside, totally invisible. I went for this type of stitching because it's more professional. Because she's a wedding planner, we don't want it to look very utility-like in terms of like a jumpsuit, tracksuit kind of thing. We want it to be more elegant and professional. So having an invisible hem will add to that as well too. Imagine if I did run a stitch here. It's gonna look so I don't even know what the word is. I want to say handmade, but hey, this is handmade. Okay, so I went for that kind of stitching, and also so I'm going to do that same kind of stitching on the sleeves of this outfit as well too. Can we find a sleeve? So I did the serge stitch on the edges, and then I'm going to be folding it up and doing a hand hemming it as well. And that's basically where we are at right now. Alright, so this is the front. Nice. Alright, give me a little spin. That's the back. Pants fits perfectly. It looks good. Alright, let me see a little belt. No. And we got a little belt as well too. Nice. And yes, your neckline. Check that out. Nice.